Hello everybody, it's Jay Brayton here. This is turn 30 something of the game, 36 it'll be if it's late winter. So we cast Seeking Arrow at Pythium. It looks like it didn't kill him because that happened later in the turn, but hey, they lost that battle. Katis died, and there's a dire portent. So it looks like Red Papa has cast Gift of Health. So that then makes attacking Utgard even more of a nightmare, but also even more vital. So his Pretender Godden's in 74, and we need to think of a good way to kill it. So, as an interim measure, I am going to be making our next research after Conjuration 5 into Thaumaturgy 4. This is because we want to get Vengeance of the Dead, which is plausibly a way we could attempt to deal with him. I suppose we'll have to use a bunch of Spirit Masters, and they will have to be set up with a couple of boosters each, and we'll basically just try and spam as much Vengeance of the Dead as possible on Hesperia. I would have to assume there's going to be a dome on here, plausibly a frost dome, and yeah, we basically just need to get everyone to go keep fighting Utgard until they die, because otherwise we'll all lose. Anyway, so this Rube over here, Pythium, attacked into our province. It looks like Utgard also attacked. I don't know if they're going to attack next turn into there, into here, or nowhere. It will have to be seen. They don't really have much of an army, so it's going to be a matter of having one really brutal fight that finishes them off, because as said, they rinsed all their forces fighting us and fighting Atlantis, so they have some commanders going around doing stuff, but those guys are, they've only got so many of them basically. I moved off Ulm as per an agreement with Pangaea. Hopefully that means they'll leave us to Pythium. We're moving some priests and so on into Pythium. I'm not going to move that guy in there, that was going to be foolhardy. Where are they? There they go. Right, we'll move this guy up here. Now, we know this place has probably been searched in water magic, but we can keep going further west with this guy. Taking this province back, I'm sending some troops because it's possible that Pythium has been the recipient of a luck gold event, which not having a fort doesn't stop. Over here we're doing one more turn of reanimation, and then we're going to go into the Faroe Sea with Suleiman, and then depending on how it goes, might go into Old Flood as well. Over here's Jotun Scratty, who is geared up. They are not shape-shifting, because presumably they read the guidance that I very overtly gave to Ulm about possibly dealing with these guys by teleporting in. So the Frostbrand, I don't believe, broke this fight. Not Frostbrand, pardon me, the Vine Shield, which is one of the very few magic items that can plausibly break, because if the Vine Shield itself takes a bunch of damage, it's only got 13 prot and it can just shear into pieces. What else is going on? So we are still playing it relatively defensive this turn. I'm going to be attacking into Histria with Prophet, and also with Orion, who is the Eternal Knight who leads these dudes. They are called the Eternal Knights. Yeah. As you see, they swore to the Holy Father of Aldgate, and they've granted immortality, which is pretty good. I am not entirely sure how they really fit into LA, but they do, so it's fine. It's fine, they can appear, and they have appeared, and the casting orders are going to be Holy Avenger and then Holy Pyre, which is on this dude's flambeau. These weapons are absolutely brutal, and if Utgard moves into this province with some Garmhildr, it's quite plausible that these guys will just cut them up pretty quickly, because 34 fire damage is 34 damage plus the AP fire damage on top is rough to fight. We know what's in here, and it's about 20 they're like 20 Scythe Kona deep, so it's a pretty sketchy fight. There's nothing I really want to cast with this guy this turn that I can imagine will make all that much difference. Not really super tempted to make a Watcher or any gargoyles. Not going to dispel Gift of Health, and because he will have overcast it by, like, you know, a ton of gems, because he's had Mother Rogue for ages. So yeah, so the plan needs to really be kill the Son of Fenrir, keep killing it until it can't even cast any spells anymore, and just ruin the Nation of Utgard. Their Dominion is quite resilient in that we're not pushing into it despite having a relatively high Dom score, though that's going to go up again next turn, back up to 9 where it once was, at least assuming our temples get completed. And we're just going to have to see where we go from there. The fortress is nearly complete in here. I'm not sure whether to move out of this province or not. It's kind of sketchy either way. If he attacks into here, he does have a minor advantage in that his dudes have Spirit Sight and ours don't. But on the other hand, these guys need rearming with some Earth Gems. Yeah, if he attacks into here, so he's going to have Spirit Sight and we won't on most of his stuff. But conversely, basically it's just going to be a rough fight because his crossbowmen aren't going to be as effective. We can possibly... I don't know, actually, I was going to say we can possibly do X or Y, but I'm not really sure what we can do to help out all that much in this province. Legions of Steel is probably a good idea. More than Strength of Giants, because if we're going to be fighting a bunch of Long Dead, then they don't have terribly high strength, so the protection advantage is going to be more important. But yeah, and we do at least have a lot of priests here, so the priests are going to be useful to help banish. He's going to have seen our formation when he attacked into here, so I'm just going to check it out. So yeah, he's going to know that we are going to have like guys up front. Oh, did this guy rinse up? No, he didn't. Good. Because some eagles came in. That's handy. Good. Right, so in fact that's probably going to be quite useful in the battle itself on reflection. I don't know, maybe we'll have Yadsa do something useful. Maybe even Call of the Winds this province, just try and get a better head count of him, possibly kill some stuff that just happens to be at the back. That could be helpful. We'll go with that. So we've still got a relatively high amount of air gems, and because there's a bonus site here, we should be alright. I've got Poison Ward going up. I don't know if his dog can move. I mean, his dog's got a lot of map move, but I don't know if it can move all the way in one go. It's also possible that we could take this province using quite well organised. Okay, that's maybe doable. Yeah, that we could possibly take this using Call of the Winds next turn, and then we could potentially go into Balmont using these troops as well. That way, if there is any battle that we're up for next turn, because next turn we're going to have Howl up, if we go in there basically and we can win a fight using Howl, because he's got a bunch of communicants, so that's quite plausible we can win a fight like that, because the Howl is going to be more effective than normal. Yeah, then we can potentially do a whole bunch of damage to his army if there's basically no retreat. So that's what we'd be thinking about there. In terms of recruitment, what are we getting? Still got some random heavy horse recruitment. We'll trim that, and we'll get the additional Spirit Master here and hope they roll E. And then we'll go from there next turn. I'm going to call it there. Sorry, my commentary has been a bit slack this turn. It's just been exhausting at work. So have a good rest of your day, and take care. Goodbye. Hello everybody, this actually is turn 36 rather than being turn 35 with misplaced confidence. Let's see what's happened. So our research in Conjuration is completed, and our research in Thaumaturgy, bringing us to level 2, is completed. We cast Call of the Winds at Aricia. Not too much has changed. We took control of Dural Woods, which is the province that was attacked by the forces from Pythium before. Pythium tried to attack out of their fort with a bunch of shade beasts. Those are RIP. They have one candle left, so I'm moving everything other than one dude off of there, on the grounds that they're probably going to try and break siege with everything, since they have a single candle remaining. In terms of other plans going on, so I'm just moving this guy around, picking up the lads, you know how it is. Madame Fortuna, why not? Williams boys, why not? They're okay, we'll hire them as well. Get them over there. Orion and his Eternal Knights going into Jerib. Spoken to Jomon about potentially attacking into Utgard a little bit. Could be on the cards, so that'll be good. We are going to cast another round of Call of the Winds, this time at Sphecte, to potentially stop some reinforcements from heading over there. Might do the same for Balm if we've got another A2 in range, which I'm not sure if we have, other than RPG. And RPG is going to be teleporting into the cave this turn. That's because I want to make absolutely damn sure that we are there with flaming arrows this turn. The reason for that is because I anticipate them attacking into us. Basically, we are still bereft of all of our heroes. One of these days they may or may not appear. Who knows? I mean, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed they'll be here soon. You know. Pangara still owns this province, so they've taken it back from the Indeps who once held it. I've got a commander on here to check things out. Suleiman and the Long Dead are moving into the Faraway Sea. This dude is finished with this whole business. This dude is building a temple. Might as well give this guy the Implementer Axe for the additional you know, damage it can cause. And why not give him an FD of War, just to make it a bit more spooky if Utgard hasn't attacked yet. Now over here I'm going to cast some more Voice of Apsu. No, I'm not. Going to alchemize another Water Gem and cast some more Voice of Apsu. Why not over in Chilad? That's not unreasonable. Preaching over here in Fung Wood. This guy can bring some crossbowmen down to Fenetice, where we're also going to have Crashing into Your Market Savagely move over. He'll eventually pick up these guys from Sibragol, so that when we go back in we'll have a better morale commander. What else is going on? Not too much, I don't think. It's just a matter of steadily building up our forces and carrying on with the game. We have Griff as well from off of being a troll, so that'll be great. Keep that guy there, keep these dudes here, and we'll go into that province. We'll do a raid on Giffer and see where we go from that. In fact, it looks like the force from Utgard is actually patrolling, so I'm not going to raid into Aricia, but we can certainly raid a bit. These dudes I'm somewhat tempted to move into Bamot. In fact, I think I will. If all of this stuff dies, it's not the end of the game by any means, so we're alright. And it may potentially be quite useful to you know, to sort this stuff out. Probably change some of the masters to some blessing, for the ancestor vessels that are here, and to leave them casting spells. We could actually move this guy's troops over here, over to this guy. Move these as well to attack rear. Get some more scouting over in Abyssia. I don't know if they're still patrolling as heavily as they were before, but it was pretty intense. Blood Slave income is 1 per turn, so eventually, if and when Seymog, the Pressed King, ever wakes up, we'll have a little bit of slave reserve. It looks like Utgard is being heavily rebuffed by Atlantis, which is good. The more people are defending against him, the better, really. Why not have him patrol with 3 extra guys? Leave him holding there. And just, you know, keep checking things out. Not got too much to say once again, I apologise, but it's just another standard old turn. Get that guy moved up there. Have this guy wait here. I don't know what would have sent those. Potentially that is an in-depth attack. Yeah, it is, yeah. So that's just a bad luck attack for him, but yeah, it's not a Call of the Winds, Call of the Wilds rather, or anything like that. Okay, so I've got a guy hiding and waiting here, so I may as well move Pulau up here. And see how it goes. If we can just keep trimming away his province numbers, it looks like Abyssia is left for some reason, which is an interesting turn of events. I don't know if they're trying to gather all their force and attack Bogus and chums over in Nagartha, or if there's some secret war going on between Calum and Abyssia, which there could be. Or they might just be doing something completely different, who knows. I guess we'll find out in due course. There's nothing too much else going on here. So Sphecte that was going to, not Balm, okay. We'll leave Balm alone, because if he's moving these guys towards Balm, then I'd rather have them go than not. Whereas if he's moving stuff from Utgard towards Erysia, this could potentially cut the original path they wanted to go. So that's the reason for that. Don't have too much else to say about this turn. We should, in theory, be pretty close to the end of Pythium. Can't wait. Our income is relatively good overall, so so we're doing okay, especially our nature gem income. But we're not going to be able to compete with Utgard when it comes to the really big globals. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I think I'm going to call it there, and have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.